Hi Year 11. I'm going to go over how to do a divided bar graph for you because it's a type of graph that seems to cause a bit of confusion. In our book we have this question. A sample of Sydney households was surveyed about which television network they watched for the evening news. The results are shown on the table on the right. As we can see here. Oops, sorry about that. As we can see here. Alright, so name how many households were surveyed. So the first thing that we need to do is to add up all the households, and when we do that using your calculators we'll find that there is 1,490 households surveyed. And remember, when we're asked a word question we always write out a word answer. Now this is going to become important, this number, because this is what we're going to have to divide everything by. So, oops, I'll do that too. The next part of the question is name the three types of graphs that could be used to display this data. Well, this is not quantitative, this is categorical data. So that means that we're looking at a divided bar graph, or we could do a pie chart, or we could do a column graph. There's probably some others, but there are three main kinds. And for our third part C, represent the data on a divided bar graph. So this is the one I really want to get stuck into this lesson. Okay, so for my divided bar graph, I've decided to make a bar graph that is 20 centimetres long. I'm just assuming that each of these little squares is half a centimetre. So now what I need to do is work out the fraction that each of my different categories will take up of that bar graph. So when I put that into the calculator, I get the answer 4.6225 centimetres. So I'm going to round it off to the first decimal place. So 4.6. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.6. So that's going to give me a line about there for ABC. And then all I need to do is repeat this, making a fraction of 20 centimetres for all the different channels, put them on my form, and we have a divided bar graph. So we have SBS, has only 855 viewers, so that's about 1.1 centimetres. So I've got from 1 to, it's much easier when you've got a calculator, so that's going to go from 4.6 to 5.7, so 4, 5, 6, 5.7 is about here, and that's going to be our SBS. Okay, so I've done our other sums, and we've got channel 7 coming in at 5.5 centimetres. Because I don't have my ruler to measure each time, I've just added 5.5 to 5.7, which is our last mark. I get 11.2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.2. Okay, so it's around about in here. So that's channel 7. Channel 9 is similar. This time I've got 5.6 centimetres, so I'm going to go up to 16.8. So if that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.8. It's about here. So that's channel 9. And then I've got an extra 3 for channel 10, which brings me up to 19.8. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So channel 10. But I'm a little bit out with that one, only because I've rounded up my other numbers. So bar graphs aren't totally accurate, they're just to give you an idea of the different relationships. So as you can see, channel 10, no wonder they're going into administration. SBS is our smallest. It gives us that divided bar graph a fair few chances. So you get your data, find out the total amount, work out how big or how long you want your divided bar graph to be, and then for each of the different categories you make a fraction or a decimal of that total length, and that's how you measure out your divided bar graph. To answer the rest of the questions, you can then just go and continue with looking at your working out that you've got. So what percentage of households watch ABC1 News? To do that, you would make your fraction again. So this is going to be D. And ABC1 had 3460 viewers over out of 14,970 viewers. To turn that into a percentage, just times it by 100, because you want to have that fraction of 100. So 3460 over 14970 times 100. Equals 23.11, so 23% will be fine. And do the viewers of 7 News and 9 News combined make up more than half the surveys controlled? Okay, just add them up and see what you get. You've got 5.5 plus 5.6, which is 11.1, and the others you've got 7. Yeah, it will make up over half. Does this data reflect the news watching habits of Australian households? Justify your answer. Well, that's one of those grey areas that you'll have to bring in your knowledge of data. So you look about how they might have done their sampling, who did they survey. If they surveyed areas with a high migrant population, maybe SBS would have got a lot more viewers. So use this as an opportunity to show how much you know about data and how much you know about sampling. Hope this helps. Thanks, Year 11.